he's dead out here.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, man. So we got some good stuff. I see we trolled the hell out of and borderline pissed Sheffy off with that friendly shit the other day. So I said, ooh, we
What?
with the the post in the group where we were talking about if a woman too friendly or too many people know the women.
Oh, she calling y'all weird.
Yeah.
Everybody was weird.
Sheffy,
Y'all weird. Y'all.
Sheffy was so annoyed. Now look, here's what Sheffy doing. She's dropping legitimate reasons as to why. We don't want to. We're not trying to have a real civil conversation. She's trying to be logical. She's trying to be logical and sensical. All we want to do is talk trash. That's what we wanted to do.
I need a PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, man. So we gonna talk about that. The post about they asked what boys partaking in feminine activities, man. We gonna talk about that one. And then we got I don't know if y'all saw that video. Did you look at the video where the boy hit the teacher?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, man, that shit was embarrassing. We're gonna talk about that, and then we're gonna talk about the Rick Ross and Drake, and then we're gonna talk about that damn nepotism. Sheffy said that nepotism, boy. Sheffy don't like it. You know what, Sheffy, you've been in the business world and you done seen some bullshit.
I know I have.
I'm telling you, and I know it.
And it may differ from what I said earlier, because I went back and like really thought about some things based on what y'all said. So let's get into it.
Yeah. All right. So we gonna. So look, where y'all want to start there with the nepotism? Y'all want to start there first? Jump there first.
You.
All right. So wait, I'm gonna start with this goddamn. Yeah, let's go ahead and start about the nepotism. Let's go ahead and talk about. So my question is generally, when is nepotism ever? And I don't necessarily have a video for this, but just when is nepotism acceptable?
You can show the
and
post.
Then, yeah. I got us a little reference material. I got us a little reference material for it, so you know what I'm saying, so that people can see what we talk about. So when is nepotism acceptable? It got to be acceptable sometime. And now let's be fair. This particular thing is by the Black Adam Schefter. If y'all know, he's it's not a real thing. So I don't know how real this is or isn't, but let's just take for a thought, if this is something LeBron James said, what would be the issue? Because I mean, I'm gonna share my thoughts, but what would be the issue behind it?
Let Frank go.
Frank, go ahead.
All right, so give me the definition of nepotism.
Essentially, is when a person in a powerful position, basically, they like to use it with family members more than anything else. They like to use it with father sons, you know what I'm saying, mother daughters, or parent children. That's one of the most common forms where they give the business to them or they promote them or whatever the case may be. So that's usually what it is. And so, to a degree, if LeBron James is pulling strings for his son to get in the NBA, technically that definitely falls under nepotism. Yeah, you're gonna say do it.
If I was in the position that I want my son to benefit from, I wouldn't even think about it. Damn, think twice about it. I wouldn't think about it at all. It'll just be that. You come on in. Because the thing about it, that's America.
For better or for worse. For better or for worse.
My homeboy worked for Delta. He started off with a company that had a contract with Delta. And he just worked his way up to the position that he's at now. And the position he's at now, he's sitting pretty good right now. So he told me, he was like, hey, they just opened up a position, send and give you this email address and send your resume to this email address. I hopped on it immediately. They ain't heard none. So he come back and say, man, that nigga hired one of his nephews, something like that. right out of high school. No prior experience, no nothing. Just on the strength of him being related. And he said the culture there, those higher ups, they bring in their family. He said husband and wives work together, nephews, sons, son-in-laws. He said this black guy married this executive daughter, and he got on just because they just put them in positions. So why would it be a problem if one of us did the same thing? Ain't that something that we always holler? Put your people on. Put your people on. Black folk don't bring nobody along with them. Black folk crabs in the barrel. So, in our case, hell yeah. If you can, put a nigga on. I do it in a heart.
Now, I agree for the most part. I would say, let's just say, I'm gonna use this example as one. To get in the NBA, man, you are a percent of 1% in human history. You are a percent of 1% in human history if you actually make it into the NBA. Not excel, not be great, just making it into the NBA on a starting roster. Not a lot of spots, not a lot of opportunities. So you have to be the best of the best, and even sometimes the best of the best don't make it because circumstances get in the way, right? And so I look at this situation and say, all right, is he good enough? That's debatable because there's different schools of thought on that. I watch a lot, and I ain't talking about a little. I watch a lot of all of my sports content that I consume now are players and coaches talking about the game. All of that. I don't listen to no Stephen A. Smiths no more. Not for anything longer than like a soundbite. I don't listen to any pundits anymore. I am very happy and proud to say I'm glad that athletes and those who toiled in the profession and those who got the stripes by doing it, I listen to them. And when I listen to them and they're talking about Bronny, it's mixed reviews. A lot of them think that he's a better pro prospect than he was a college prospect, which would make sense because his dad never went to college. The college game and the NBA game is different. So the way he's performing in college isn't necessarily indicative of the way he'll perform in the pros. I'm repeating exactly what pros say. Pros are saying this. There's been a few that say, I don't know. No, I don't think he's ready. And then there's some that think he's ready. So there's that. So if there are some that think he's actually ready, and we're talking about basketball players that also train other basketball players that have actually made it into the NBA. I'll quote one, and people can call him a clown all they want. A lot of people clown Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas knows what the hell he's talking about. He trains basketball players. They've made it into the NBA. He scouted Bronny for LeBron and said, yo, he could go into the league. Now, is he saying that Bronny is going to be what LeBron is? No. Nobody's saying that. Is he good enough to get into the NBA? The answer for a lot of people is yes. Gilbert Arenas says yes. So that's one. Two, I'm gonna be an asshole and just straight up say, I don't give a damn if all he could do is hold water. I don't give a damn if all he could do is hold water. Let him in anyway. Because this motherfucker's running these teams that have no business running an organization. And these basketball players come up under these guys and they know these guys exist in the basketball world. They're running teams, they're running organizations. They don't know nothing about the game. And so these are the sons of businessmen who also know nothing about the game. They just got money. So it's easy if you're the owner of a team and you can hire your, like you just said, your son-in-law or your nephew or your sister's son to come and be the team financial acquisitioner or something. Just give you any title within the organization to put some money in your pocket. And I know that's not as big as somebody actually being an NBA talent, but hey, if you can bring them up and if they show any ability, absolutely, I believe you bring them up.
So consider this. Have you ever heard a young, maybe you just don't know a bunch of white kids, but have you ever heard a little boy say, I want to grow up and own a basketball team?
No.
But have you ever heard a young black boy say, I want to grow up and be in the NBA?
Yep.
All right. So why that matters is because things like the NBA, the NFL, some of our other sports teams have been ways to balance socioeconomics in our culture. If we start applying the same rules to talent within that regard that we do to an office job at Delta, now we've watered it down for that young boy who actually does have talent, but his daddy ain't named LeBron.
Okay.
So this is where nepotism becomes a problem for me. If Bronny was actually like blowing it out of the water, I'm fine with that, because he essentially is earning his way into the NBA just like anybody else. But if he gets it because of name recognition, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if that is as feasible. I mean, look at the balls, LeVar Ball and all his sons. There was some talent, but then some of it was, oh well, if his brother got in, surely he can too. And all three of them ain't doing much of nothing these days.
Well, remember the first one, he had a crazy injury. I forget what the first one was. A crazy injury. The second one didn't have a crazy injury, but he's injured too. And they all lower extremities. And the third one, he never got. I think he's still playing overseas. But yeah,
Right.
the balls. He definitely. Their dad went on a
whole
tour.
campaign.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you want them to do it based on your name, but this is a talent-based role. When you're in a talent-based situation, I don't agree with nepotism. Get your raggedy behind, and I ain't saying Bronny raggedy. Get your raggedy behind on somewhere. But say, look at acting. Look at the Skarsgård brothers, from their dad down to their brothers. Most of the Skarsgård brothers, they're primo. But look at the Hemsworths. Not as much talent.
But you know what? So would you say this though? If you don't have the talent, don't you agree that you will inevitably wash out? Because you can't. Because we know you can't stick.
I mean, you can, but look at how you've disturbed.
Yeah, you're saying they took a
process
spot in that
because
time.
now somebody else ain't gonna get in,
right?
Or, and this is the case with Black people, and we know we have to be conscious of this sort of thing. They gonna say things like, "See, this is why you don't put them Black people in here," and then now nobody ever gets an opportunity. So while I'm completely fine with putting your people on, like if it's an office job, absolutely put your people on, because you can teach them stuff. It's not talent based; it's knowledge based. That's different. But when it's talent based, you have to leave the opportunities, or you should leave the opportunities available for actual talent. So I'm not saying don't put your people on. I'm just
You're just saying when it comes to sports and talent, I can understand that. I can,
like, I mean, look at the music industry. We had all the Jacksons, and all the Jacksons weren't talented,
and all of them couldn't do it on their own. You're right.
So
all of them couldn't do it on their own.
Y'all getting in with name recognition, that's great and that's fun. But how many other people lost out on opportunities because those people that got in and spent their time and effort on somebody to wash out, now that person who was actually talented doesn't get a chance.
Yeah.
Shoot, everybody getting in on Motown.
If you could snort coke, probably.
No, but the Jacksons together.
Yeah, as a group they were dynamic.
As a group, they were fine. And I'm not even meaning to Jackson 5 or the 6 if you add the baby child. I'm talking about like when Reba had a song and LaToya. Like Reba and LaToya were not talented.
Yeah, what was y'all doing? What was y'all? No, and you know
like,
what?
You got a song about a centipede, but you got tigers in the And that song goes ham, and it goes ham because Michael is singing background vocals.
Yeah,
but when you listen to the lyrics, it's like, who wrote this?
You make a real valid point. I'm somewhere kind of I'm on the extreme with it. Like I'm like, put them on, be damned. But when you mention talent, that does make a difference because opportunities can be lost for people that are probably more qualified along the way. So that is a good point, man. I personally, I would say in this situation specifically, based on what I've heard, I believe he deserves a chance. I don't want to say deserve. Yeah, I want to say deserve because I believe he's good enough to get into the league. Now, once you get me, wait. Now, yeah, see, like once you get me to the point where how do I think he's gonna? Do I think he's gonna be a starter? I don't know. You know, because the one thing, man, with these sports, it gets real hard to scout once you get past the top 5 picks. You know what I'm saying? Because we're talking about people that get paid a lot of money have failed with the number 1 pick, the number 2 pick, and they picked wrong. Like they done picked the tallest, the biggest, the fastest, the most dominant in college, and they get to the pros and they are out in 2-3 years. What's the wash? I forget what the washout rate is for the NBA, but it's like less than 7 years on average. Mm-hmm. So it's like so
NFL shorter than that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. So
I mean, look at Stetson Bennett.
Yeah.
That he ain't last 6 months.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Them leagues to get you that. Now I want to go back to something else you said though. In entertainment, I think it takes longer to wash out. Because think about it.
Oh yeah.
A movie takes a year to produce and some time. TV shows take a year more to produce. By the time you actually wash out of that industry, you can actually wash out and still be successful in that industry another way. Like, let's just say you was an actor and you didn't quite get it, but you got a name attached to you where you can start your own talent agency and make money. So
you can go produce
that one. Yeah, man. Or you can Diddy it. You know what I'm saying? Once you got a name like that, then you can start power brokering people out of their bottoms. You can do whatever you want to do in that industry.
Wow.
Man. You gotta be real careful, man. So in that industry, man, I think the opportunities definitely get lost on the less talented. Somebody made a point the other day. They were talking about somebody, I don't know if y'all saw the video of this facially challenged woman. She was singing and was singing outstandingly, and some people made the point that, you know, it's unfortunate
that white girl, the heavy set
white
girl.
Yeah.
Oh, that girl.
Yeah,
literally, the only thing she ain't got is the
look. And you know what? I'm like, yo, like that's all. Pretty privilege has always been a thing in the entertainment industry.
She's not ugly though. She's just overweight.
Well, she's not she's not marketable the way they would want her to be marketed,
right?
You know,
she's
in this day, you know,
Adele. She's pretty much Adele.
Yeah,
honestly.
So it will be
British
like
people will market you. They don't matter.
Yeah. So it's like, man, like, and somebody made a good point. Like, all the talent that you could think of. If you went to church and back in the day, the biggest woman always had the best vocals. Always had the best vocals. Mm-hmm. And they always singing background for somebody. Always singing background.
Mm-hmm.
Real Scott.
You know what I'm saying?
You remember the CNC Music Factory?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Big girl sued them because they wouldn't use her for they wouldn't use her for the video.
Yep.
So good and damn well that damn skinny black lady that powerful.
Right.
Who knew about it?
But yeah, I'm fine with nepotism when people are talented. I'm completely okay with it.
So they got a somewhat would you say they need to be? would you say they need the best to still be the best qualified or at least qualified?
I say at least qualified. Like
at least qualified.
I mean, yeah, I get it that college ball is a little bit different than regular ball and with basketball. However, talent is talent. The only real difference is rules.
Yeah.
So if he's having issues with rules, that's not a technical issue. That may be a issue.
Well, so with college, the structure, and they say this about the women's game too. They say this about the women's game that college slows them down for what they otherwise would be in the league. It's a lot of basketball players wish that women would go from high school, skip that because they have all the freedom that if they came to the NBA with that, they would take over and dominate. Boys usually, they say in college, being that they're one and done so often, it doesn't have as much of an effect. So Bronny is considered that since there's going to be he just went and did his time real quick and then he's going to come in. So it's a lengthy conversation. Like there's a lot of conversation around it. Now, if he listen, look, I'll be the first one.
Don't keep up.
Yeah, listen,
don't keep up. That's the thing.
If that's gonna happen, and he's small too. Like he's 6'3". He's 6'3". That's an inch taller than me.
That's what I'm saying. You 6'3", have a heart problem at 19.
Yeah.
That's a
and
I mean, you trying to get on the NBA health plan? Is that what's happening?
He don't need that. His dad got way more than enough money for that.
But why spend your money if you spend somebody else's?
I mean, yeah, that's a good point too. That's a good point. Listen, now his brother though, Bryce, 6'6". He's already just like he.
I can see Bryce going right out of high school.
He looks like he's gonna be a problem. I know his dad. They're gonna have him go to college. He's gonna be a problem. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Especially if he just get one more growth spurt, then there you have it right there.
Right.
Chevy said, you gotta watch that nepotism shit. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it.
Yeah,
just Chevy said, I don't know.
Whole entity that little boys dream of. You gotta be careful with that. That's all.
All right, so I'm gonna move on to the next one since we on boys, and we're gonna talk about boys a little bit, as a matter of fact. This boy, I don't know if y'all saw the video, but this boy slapping this teacher. Now the teacher, it shouldn't matter. The teacher is a trans woman.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. So a lot of people were saying it was a man. And from the first video, I couldn't tell.
No, I thought it was a woman.
Yeah, and then when you look closer, you could see that. I mean, I don't know.
Are you sure?
Yeah, some people said it was a man. Other people said it was a. I don't. When you look at the video, y'all tell me. But that's not the point. That's not the point.
Just a woman.
There's a child smacking an adult teacher. Yeah, that's the biggest issue. And I want to know what the heck what we're gonna do with these children. I'm gonna go ahead and play it.
One more time. Oh! You think that affected me any?
You want me to hit you again? You want me to hit you again?
I don't want it.
You want me to hit you again?
I don't want it.
You want me to hit you again?
Oh my God.
Oh! God, stop fucking playing with me. I told your dumb ass I'll knock those dumb ass glass off your fucking face.
And do I look like I care?
What the fuck wrong with you? What you gonna do? Still sit in that chair? Nigga, you a bitch. My granny, nigga, stop fucking playing with me. What the fuck wrong with you? Bitch ass nigga. Ain't nobody ever come and you just got slapped. Bitch, go back to teaching. That's soft ass.
One more time.
Oh! Stop fucking playing with me, bitch ass nigga. What?
And now,
breaking
just so
news
y'all
is out
know,
of Forsyth County.
little booger here got
Winston-Salem
arrested.
Forsyth County School student is now facing charges after being caught on video slapping his teacher. The Forsyth County Sheriff's Office says this happened in a classroom at Parkland High School. Video of the incident is making the rounds on social media right now. WXII is choosing not to show that.
Yeah.
But in it, a student stands over his teacher who was sitting down at the time and slaps her in the face twice. A secure custody order was issued for that student this morning on several counts, including communicating threats and 2 counts of assault. In a statement, Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools Superintendent Tricia McManus says this behavior will not be tolerated. Parkland's principal told families the student will also face disciplinary action in the district.
Man, look, who's responsible? Who's responsible for these? Wait, hold on. I'm gonna say this real quick. I'm gonna let y'all have it. Y'all know what generation of children this is, right?
This is older Gen Alpha.
This is ours.
Oh,
That
yeah, these
kid,
are our kids.
These are our kids. Because I got college age now, adults. So this right here is my generations of. So let's do it.
This is our fault. This is absolutely our fault. In the process of us breaking generational curses, we stopped things like respect and discipline. Somewhere we got that trapped into saying yes ma'am and no ma'am is slave talk, when these things are said in work environments. In the military, it's yes ma'am, no ma'am, yes sir, no sir. It's respect. And that's what it's always been. Yes, it started out as slavery type verbiage, I know, but in the realm of where it is now, it evolved into the notion of respect. We've given our kids so many choices that they have now decided whether they want to be respectful or not. Versus it used to be that respect was necessary at all times. And, if there was a problem with an adult, you get another adult to handle it. I was just talking to a friend of mine, like last week, and I was talking about when I was 25 and my choir director's mom fussed at me about not having on a slip. I said, yes, Miss Ivy. And I called my mama. I called my grandmama. Because even then I knew, just because me and Miss Ivy were both adults, this is something my mama should handle. So, and my grandmama handled it. I ain't had no more problems. But things like that, we have lost sight of what respect looks like when it comes to our elders. And it's not along the realm of you just respect them because they're older, because that's just as toxic in some instances. But just because you don't have your way, you being disrespectful. Because baby, had that been my child, they might have had to go just have CPS meet me at the school.
Yeah, easy.
Just have them meet me at the school.
Easy.
Because y'all probably gonna call the people on me, and that's okay. Because what we won't do is this. Yeah. So it's disturbing to me to watch a lot of this, because and then you have your teachers who there's a lot of them are scared to teach, but then the opposite of that is the teachers have allowed it because they're like, oh well, the parent just gonna go up to the school and complain. So these parents just as raggedy as their children. And you can tell because every time the schools have a day off, why are these kids out of school? Ma'am, if you don't like your children, why do you think anybody else does? Like you fussing because they home for a day. I got stuff I need to do. This is why your children raggedy right now, because you raggedy. So it's our fault as millennial parents. These are our kids.
Absolutely.
And the only thing I know to do is try, and I don't agree with spanking, things like that. I don't. But because these kids never learned respect, and you don't need to beat them to have them respect people. You just got to make them respect you at home.
And that's where it starts.
That's where it starts.
I said this. I'm gonna let you jump into it, Frank, because I know you finna cook here, boy. I know. You see how he leaning forward? The arm folded. He finna cook. I've said this over and over and over again, and I don't care which one of you non-parents out there Don't agree. Non-parents, I get very disrespectful when I see non-parents in comments talking about what parenting should be. But I will say this is a parent that's got a child doing this, so damn, it's parents that don't know what the hell they doing, obviously. But I say this, because I get into it a lot of time when I say, before my child loves me, before my child likes me, you're going to understand that I am authority. Period. I am authority first. And I go as far to be blasphemous and say, before you understand what God is, understand what I am. We're going to teach you about God later. But until you get that understanding, oh, it's me. I'm Alpha and Omega in this bitch. And it's going like that. It is absolutely like that. I don't care about your feelings. I care about what you like. I care about what you want. I don't care about what you think. None of that comes before understanding that mom right there, he run this shit. Period. End of sentence. Go ahead, Frank. Sam. His nigga named Sam, man. Got his name back. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, think on it for a second.
Trying not to get his blood pressure up.
That were, and I said I had a Bible verse for it. That was a law then. When Moses was laying out all the laws, he included the instructions on what to do with an unruly child. Now, I got it pulled up on my phone, man. I ain't gonna read the whole thing. So I'm just paraphrasing. When you've exhausted your options, when you've exhausted your resources, and that little nigga still acting a fool, Moses said, stone him.
Damn.
Right?
Get him up out of here. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Now, am I saying stone that little nigga? Yes.
You are.
He said yes.
Because I mean, stuff like that, I don't have patience for. I don't have grace for, because you've chosen your actions. So now you have to absorb the consequences, whether it's being imprisoned or whether it's the one that's assaulted, pull out a weapon and put a hole in your head. You got to eat that, because you're like, and Chef, I'm glad that you hit on that point about these new niggas talking about breaking generational curses, when it ain't no damn generational curse. It's just you're thinking with the mind of your childhood, and you didn't like that as a child. So now that you've become an adult and you can make decisions for yourself, you want to right what you feel were wrongs when you were a child. When those whoopings that you despise, those slaps across the head that you despise, kept you out of some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But now when you get your kids, I'm not doing all that, because I'm breaking. Ain't no damn generational curse. It's just what you didn't like.
And I would say here's the unfortunate part, and I'm gonna let you get right back to it. When you call yourself breaking a generational, okay, so you don't want to slap the kid. What's your recourse then? See, when you don't have one, it's just, well, I ain't gonna do that. Well, what are you gonna do? See, a lot of times they just say what I ain't gonna do, but they don't say what they are gonna do. They don't replace that with something that is equal as far as a reaction that gets the child attention. See, a slap across the head is an attention grabber. Like right now, if your kid goes and open that front door, you told your child not to open that front door ever for no reason whatsoever in life, unless I tell you to. And that child opened that front door and you grab that mug by the back of that collar till it stretch all the way to the other end of the house and snatch that little back. You snatch his little ass. And you shake him so hard the way his teeth click. He gonna remember that. When you snatch that mug so hard, it jerk, and he bite his goddamn tongue, he won't forget that. But if you just say, I thought, why you open the door? You don't never listen. Why you open the door? Didn't I tell you not to open the door? Stop opening that door. You don't pay no bills. Why you open the door? Then that motherfucker gonna say, I open the door when I want to. That's the motherfucker slapping teachers because you didn't grab him by his collar and make them teeth click. So you gotta have something. You gotta have a reaction in the moment that they fuck up that meets them there and says, nope, this ain't gonna work. A dog wears a shock collar. This sounds inhumane. I'm not comparing them to dogs, but I am. You put a shock collar on a dog, and when he go to the edge of that yard, they give him a little, no. And after a minute, you don't need to wear that collar no more. After a minute, he get to that yard and he sit down right at the edge. And he watch people go by and he won't run, he won't jump, he won't do nothing. He just sit right there at the edge of the yard. But that's inhumane. We just talk to him and we just soft parenting. We just talk to what's his name? Ladarius. We just talk to Ladarius. And Ladarius, his daddy gonna come get him. Ladarius, I'm gonna call somebody. And Ladarius in there acting a goddamn fool. My bad, man. My dad, Frank. Get back into it. My bad, man.
No, you good. If my children don't understand nothing I say, they're gonna understand that I will render you unconscious if you ever meet me with disrespect. If you ever meet my wife with disrespect, you're gonna be asleep. And you're gonna wake up with the biggest migraine you done had. And if I ain't calm down yet, I might put you back to sleep. Because the thing is, like you were saying, Manuel, you don't got to like me. You don't got to love me. That can come later. We can be cool. If you don't like me as a child, we can be cool when you're an adult and you're out the house and you've developed enough wisdom to understand, damn, I shouldn't have been acting like that. But I be damn if you gonna be in my house as a dependent and you doing some stuff like that, void of consequences. There should have been immediate consequences for this little nigga.
Immediate.
Which is why I can't be a teacher. Because I look at kids like my own. So if I look at them like I would look at my own, I'm gonna treat them like I treat my own. And if one of my kids hit me like that, or even raise their hand,
man,
if they twitch their finger, and I feel like it's done in a threatening way, oh, you got to put your hands up. Whether you're a boy or a girl. When I swing on my daughters, yes, I would. Give a damn that they girls.
I just believe in snatching the girls and believing.
I mean, but see, that's the thing. These kids try who they think they can, who they know ain't gonna try them back.
Yeah,
because it only took one time for me and my son, my oldest.
It's all it takes is once. It's all it takes is one.
It only took once. With the 9-year-old, I done had to snatch him a few times because he already know if I call his name twice and then I get quiet, he already know my hand about to reach and that collar go get grabbed and he gonna get snatched forward. And I only have to snatch him maybe once a year. Because, you know, I have to remind him because he be done forgot.
Yeah. That's the shock collar. That's the shock collar.
It really is. But you know, people think, oh, wait, well, they ain't beating these kids no more. You ain't got to beat them. You don't. You don't. Can talk to them. You can. It's the words you're saying. Because, like, I never forget when Trevor was, like, 3. When he would go acting up in the store. I bend down next to him and I whisper in his ear, boy, I'm about to snatch your little tail up. And I'll never forget this one time he started crying. And this lady come by. Did she pinch you? I said, I'm gonna pinch you if you don't keep walking.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't. But it was just the words I used with him. I used words he could understand at 3. And I used a voice he can understand. As a woman, I know children don't respond to women's voices as they do to men because of tone.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily a gender thing so much as just tone of
it's
voice.
a tone. It's a pure tone.
Right. So I would get my deep voice like this, get in their ear. Little boy, I will snatch you up out of here in this day.
Yeah.
And I would never have no problems. And they're like, oh, like you that mama? Yes, I am.
Even in talking through them clenched teeth. You little
What? Sounding like gorilla through the clenched teeth. What? I'm not that. I'm gonna tell your daddy type of mama. No.
Hell no.
Your daddy gonna tell. I'm gonna tell your mama. They gonna tell me. I don't play that. And I don't have to. Because I have established, just like Manuel said, you ain't gotta like me. You ain't even gotta fear me, but you gonna respect me. You're gonna respect me. And
I believe in a healthy fear. Now, look, I've always said I don't want nobody running around here, with mortal fear. But a healthy fear that, like for me, and when we was growing up, we got to a point where we knew what the consequences were. And when we did something, we accepted the fate. Mm-hmm. All right, well, we know what this is gonna equal. It's half past that time. We might as well enjoy it because we finna get blistered when we get in the house.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We might, but we knew, and we didn't test those boundaries often enough to be deemed as just overkill for my dad and the world outside of my dad. Like the amount of people that would meet my dad, greet my dad for the first time, having interacted with me, always had nice things to say. There was maybe 1 or 2 teachers in my lifetime that I gave a hard time. Miss Parrott comes to mind. Sam knows what I'm talking about with that. I gave Miss Parrott a hard time. And I was more so troll. I never said nothing directed to her. Never. I was just a disruptor. You know what I'm saying? But when it came to discourse, man, I didn't talk crazy to those. I was thinking about it. Me and Bree, we were at a baseball game the other day, and this little girl sitting at the baseball game in the bleachers, and she just cursing. And I looked, and then I looked at her, and Bree looked. She said, "This not gonna happen too many times before I say something." And I think her friend heard, and her friend was tapping her like, "Hey, you need to chill."
Like, yeah.
Because me and Bree were the only ones looking like, "What the fuck is this?" You got the nerve as a child to be. See, that's the thing. Even cursing, even smoking your weed, even listening to your loud music that has words that are disrespectful in the presence of adults. This is our fault. Our generation. Hey,
it's because it's so many parents out here trying to make their kids their friends.
Yeah.
And it's like, I ain't your little friend. I'm your mama.
Yep.
Period. Like Miles will come around, we're talking and having conversations, and he want to insert his little 9-year-old 2 cents in it. Boy, if you don't find a child's place and get in it,
man. Boy, what they used to tell us, man. Even see, it's levels to it. Because boy, I don't think I ever weighed in on no goddamn conversations. I remember even if we were sitting there and it looked like we was paying attention. Hey, get out of my conversation.
Go.
Yeah.
Get out of my conversation. Go somewhere. Why you in here? You trying to sweep. Wow, you trying to take for long. Boy, don't take you long to do them goddamn dishes. You trying to listen to my conversation. Get your ass in there. Do them dishes so me and your grandma can talk. Yeah, because we talking about y'all asses. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. So yeah, man. No, it is a total some of us are failing, and it's making news coverage, and all you soft parents that want to parent softly, parents that think you can be friends with these kids, you cannot. It doesn't work.
Our parents softly, all right. We doing PT in this mug. I be a big fat drill sergeant.
Yeah, boy. Hey, man. Hey, that damn
I ain't gonna
PT
hit you,
your
but
kids.
you gonna sally up, sally down till you tired.
Mm-hmm. PT them damn kids. Have them doing wall sits.
What?
Whatever you got. Whatever you got.
They hate the wall sits.
Wall sits.
Then we got this one
out.
called Praise His Holy Name. Where we make them kneel and they have to hold their hands like this outward. Like they praising his holy name.
And they be trying to let their get them on the not running. Get them on the
Yup.
What's wrong with you?
Because this what y'all do it. Y'all do this in PE anyway.
Yeah. You wasn't sleeping when you was talking shit to that teacher, was you? Yeah,
Then this with some books in the hand and hold your arm out.
All of it.
Squats, push-ups, all of it.
Yeah, man. We got you got to get them anyway. So look, we still on the boys. Got another one for y'all. So there was a conversation in the group about boys participating in feminine activities. So I went and found a feminine activity that boys are participating in. And this doesn't represent all feminine activities that boys could possibly partake in, but it is one. And I would just like to know, hey, how do y'all feel about boys partaking in feminine activities? Yes? No? Maybe? Whatever y'all come with, I'm good with it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the video. Boys participating in feminine activities. Give me y'all thoughts on it. I'm going to go ahead and play the video.
Hey, Peter's the prima donna. It's time to eat.
And I'ma be like, I don't play freestyle.
Ladies and gentlemen. Y'all,
this group?
I don't know. There's one called the Milk. There's a lot of these groups, man. They be having these male majorette competitions and stuff. Boy, the names is crazy. Now, somebody said absolutely damn not. Look, listen. If this what the boy, listen, whatever it is, if this what they want to partake in, y'all got an issue? I mean, it's just.
So there's a difference between participating in feminine activities and being feminine in feminine activities.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say that I'm comfortable with, I would be comfortable immediately. Eventually, I maybe would be. I don't know that I'd be immediately comfortable with my son being feminine in feminine activities. Like being a majorette, I probably would not like that. But if my son wanted to be a cheerleader or a ballet, that's a little bit different. Just because there's men in those realms not necessarily trying to be feminine.
Right.
So that would be for me. I mean, I have mostly boys. My daughter is in band and she's kind of a tomboy, so still boys. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about my son wanting to be like a J set or something. Like I don't know.
Frank, which one of us want to go to be canceled first? Me or you?
Hey, if it was ever this, I bet not find out about it. Because I promise you I come across his head.
Ooh, see you. Yeah, so he getting canceled. See, I don't think I'm gonna get canceled. Mine is very simple. No, not under my roof. And what I've noticed is that when it comes to boys being feminine, partaking in feminine activity, or being feminine and partaking in feminine activity, when heterosexual straight men say no to that, not in my house, not under my rules, we get met with stuff. If I was to say, nah, man, my son ain't listening to rap music because I don't like it whatsoever. He is not listening to that in my house. I don't give a damn how great of a writer he is. I don't care if he writes poetry and he want to do a mixtape. Not in my house, not under my roof. People ain't gonna be like, oh, why are you trying to stop him from being the next young little baby Gucci, whoever, Wally Wally? Nobody would be tripping. Nobody would trip. If I say I don't want my son playing football because kids out here start getting CTE at an early age, it's a violent sport. Yeah, I know it's team building and all that, but it's a violent sport. I see what comes. I don't want my son partaking. People like, yes, that's great. Yes, have him do something else. If I say I don't want my son being a goddamn majorette, it's the same as if I say I don't want my son playing football. If I don't want my children doing anything as they are my dependents in this world, they won't do it. Once they're out of my house, the world is yours, baby. Do what you see fit. Because at that point, you're grown. You protect and provide for yourself. And all the decisions you make, they're yours to live with and yours to give. Under my roof? Absolutely not. And you can't even conduct yourself in a feminine manner. I don't care if what people say, that's his personality, that's his natural. I don't give a damn. I had a lot of personalities coming up. I knew exactly which ones need to be out around Robert Hill. Woo! I had a lot of personalities. I conducted myself a lot of ways. When I got into my father's house, there was a line to walk.
Yeah.
Period. I don't know why we get uptight when it comes to anything that leans toward feminine or gay or whatever. That's when people want to say, oh no, you gotta let them be them. Let kids be kids. Let them be themselves. Fuck that. My dad didn't let me be myself because it wasn't the best thing for me as I was
breaking
growing
generational
up.
curses.
Yeah, breaking general curses. Now look at these damn boys up there dancing and shit and acting a goddamn fool out here in these streets, embarrassing their damn daddies. What a daddy there? Daddy ain't nowhere around. Daddy ain't cheering that shit on. He ain't nowhere in that picture.
Man, I don't have the least bit progressive nature or mindset. I don't care. I'm not progressive at all. I don't care which way you trying to lean society towards. I ain't going. If it's trying to lean either left or right, I ain't going. I'm going straight. I'm going straight ahead. I ain't taking no detours with y'all. So call me archaic or barbaric or call me all the eggs. I am all them. And I will be. All this extra stuff, all this new stuff, I ain't going for it. As a parent, I'm not going. I'm not supporting it. I'm not encouraging it. I'm not rallying for it. I ain't going for it.
They love old school men when they pay all the bills. They don't love old school men when he say, fuck these little boys running around in these damn little outfits and spangly outfits. They love you. They love an old school man when he say, I'm working and I'm paying all. I'm going to take care of all. They love that. That's when, a throwback man. Oh, he like to still pay for dates and women don't got to open doors. I love me an old school man. But then when he old school to the point where he don't want boys dressing up like spangly superheroes and dancing and shaking his ass, then we too old school. Then we too throwback. We need to progress. You got me fucked up. Ain't doing it.
You phobic now.
I think it goes back to something you guys said earlier where we were talking about I think it just escaped my mind. Well, it'll come back to me in a second. But I think we've forgotten that parenting is supposed to be guidance. Because if you guide a child to be themselves, that doesn't mean you have to sacrifice the rules and regulations of your house to do so.
Right.
It just means when they become an adult, they have the freedom and even the self-reliance to be the person that they've been entrusted, to be the person they wanted to be the whole time.
Right.
And I think we have, here's what I was talking about. Today's parents are so traumatized by what their parents did to them, they have course corrected drastically in the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, well, I'm just going to let my child be who they are. And they forget that when they were this age, in your mind, you may have thought you knew who you were, but then 5 years later, you were somebody different. I mean, hell, look at COVID to now. We've lived 5 different lifetimes in the last 4 years.
Yeah.
But you think this 12-year-old should make a decision to transform their physical biology before they even have chosen what they want to be in their career? Parenting is supposed to be guidance. It's not a you can't so much as this you can't right now.
You can't right now.
Because I need you to be, I need you to not focus on these things here. Your sexuality in middle school, that ain't something you need to even be focusing on right now.
You don't even need to worry about that
you
shit.
Just need to focus on education.
And that's the same for my heterosexual son. I was the same. Man. Like when I make those statements, and people always say, "Well, if it was your daughter trying to be a man," I'm like, "Yeah, I same thing. If your boy was trying to have sex with girls, would you have an issue?" Yes, I did not want him fucking early. Yes,
y'all got the wrong thing too
early,
man. Like
he is on this earth because I was doing too much too soon. Trust me, we've had that conversation.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the missing piece is the guidance, is because we want our kids to be as free as we want it to be at that age, but we aren't considering that freedom costs us something.
Yeah.
For those kids who didn't have the parent telling them you need to be chaste or you need to worry about education, that's that teen mom who looking back on it like, man,
I wish somebody would have told
my
me
life had been if I
somebody
waited till I was
me
22 to have my first kid.
Had somebody checked me.
So like even with my kids, you know, I will tell them, I'm like, look, your sexuality is your business. What I don't want y'all doing is going out here just doing things because it's what's cool. And if you do feel like you're ready to do something, just come and talk to me about it. When it comes to alcohol, when it came to, hey, I think I may, you know, want to go to a party, a college party and do blah, blah, blah. All right. Let me prepare you for this.
Let's have a
conversation. You ain't going to do it in my house. But now that you're an adult, you're going to do what you want to do. So at least let me prepare you how to be safe. And I think that guidance piece is what's missing. We thought our parents raised us with such iron fists, and they did. But they also provided us guidance. And a lot of these new parents can't even remember the guidance they had, so they can't give any either.
Yep.
The house I grew up in was old school. I grew up with, I don't say this 1,000 times, my great grandma house. Mm-hmm. And everybody was old. Everybody. Only people that were young were the kids. So they had these traditional ways, but they weren't overbearing. Mm-hmm. We had looking back on it as an adult, now we had a lot of freedom. A lot of things we did, I wouldn't dream of letting my kids do. Like we would walk what would be a 15-minute car ride, we would walk it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No cell phone, no means of communication, no nothing. We got dropped off at the Georgia Dome doing the Olympics at like 14, 13, 12 years old. No cell phone. I still don't know how our mom and daddy picked us up. How they found us in the crowd of people after the game let out. Still don't know. I just know we got in the car, we went home. I would never do that with my kids. Never. But they raised us in a way to where they didn't have to lock us down physically.
They didn't have to helicopter.
They instilled in us. Like, I don't even remember conversations that I know they've had with us I just know it stuck. So my decision making was based on whatever conversations they had with us. And I just knew that there's certain consequences, and I didn't want to face them. So I'm gonna do what they said. So I think right now, with this free parenting, they're just, man. I'm not even so sure. I mean, from given the if you're looking at the behavior patterns of these kids now, it's not evident that there's even a conversation being had.
Yeah.
It looks like people are having kids and having fun with them, dressing them up and stuff. And as soon as they get to a certain age where they're a little bit self-sufficient, then they just give them the reins. And there's no proactive parenting. It's just reactionary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to wait for something, they hope for the best and then react when the worst happens.
Mm-hmm.
But then didn't blame everybody else. Like, no, nigga, that was you. Cause you weren't being a parent.
Right.
You've been a homegirl.
I want to go back to something you touched on, man. You was right, man, because you know, there was a lot of restrictions, but there was also a lot of freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I was telling, young fella here, how far we traveled just by bus through the city of Atlanta. Just by bus. Because there was no way we were going to go anywhere if we didn't do it that way. My dad was not finna drive all over Atlanta, metro Atlanta on the weekend. Man we had yard work to do. We had a house to get clean. We had stuff to do. So when we were done doing all that, and he was getting, and the family was getting dinner dinner together, and he was trying to spend time with his wife, that was our free time. And we got the hell on. We got out of there. We were like, hey, it's time to go. Make sure you got enough change for the bus. Make sure you got enough change for a phone. And make sure, hey, don't forget your transfers. Like, hey, what don't get locked up. Don't end up in the hospital. Like it was very simple. Don't get out there and embarrass me. That sort of thing. And I've given my kids certain levels of that same freedom once I felt that they could really do it. When I lived in New Orleans, and it started from little stuff. When I lived in Dallas, I let them walk to the store. When they wanted to go to the dollar store, and I'm like, I'm not gonna keep driving y'all up to the damn dollar store every time y'all get a couple of dollars and y'all want to go ball out of control at the dollar store. And I'm like, well, y'all need to go ahead and walk. All three of y'all walk. Walk, yeah, walk. It's right there. And my kid's like, well, yeah, it's not that far. Well, what about dogs in there? I said, you pick up a stick. Y'all walk together and y'all walk. Drop your stick outside the store because you can't walk in the store with a stick. Put your stick somewhere, go in the store, come out, grab your stick, and come back home. And they did that regularly. When I got to New Orleans, as they were getting older, I was not finna take them downtown. They couldn't do Bourbon Street, but they could do the riverfront. And I'm like, I ain't finna take, and I know they little asses snuck on the Bourbon Street. I'm 99% sure they did. That's what young people do. But them phones was charged. When I text, they text back. When I called, they came back. When they was where they needed to be picked up at the time they needed to be picked up, they did. Because they knew all it took was one time. One time for y'all not to be where y'all said y'all was going to be and not be responsible and not to be me to be reach you. Well, that's the end of y'all summer. No more. Now y'all got to wait for daddy to get home. Y'all got to wait for me to get up from my nap. And then I got to feel like it and all this other shit. No. I get home from work. Dad, the house clean and can we go? Let me see. We cleaned up. We did everything. Y'all sure y'all did everything? We did everything. Y'all phones charged. The phones are charged. I'm like, all right, give me a minute. Let me think about it. Come on, can we go? All right. Well, let me take y'all down to the ferry so y'all can go do y'all thing. So they didn't want to ruin that. They did not want to ruin that opportunity. So again, it's the conversations you have, it's the expectations you set, and then when they get out there, they're gonna do what they're supposed to do, and they're gonna touch a little bit what they want to do, because that's what sneaky ass kids do anyway. Like, so these boys, if that's who they are, if that's who my son was, it'll be his business. If he want to go to school, and when he get to school, he want to sneak and put on an outfit and throw on some makeup real quick and live his whole life in school. And if I ain't never showing up at school, I'll just never know. See, that's why parents got to show up at school and pull up like they used to. Go sit in the classroom if they allow. But if you're a parent that don't ever do no shit like that, yeah, homeboy, your son could be at school doing this. Yes, ma'am, your son could be at home, or your daughter, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Girls were always known for wearing a dress and shorts that were too short to school. They left the house. They left the house in exactly what mama said. That them other clothes is with the cousin that mama let them get away with stuff, that they could bring that stuff to school. They go right there, change into their little thotty stuff and walk around school, then change right back out of it and bring their ass back home. So we know, and most parents say, well, I'd rather them go ahead and just do it in my house instead of sneak. Sneaking is a sign of goddamn respect, dummy.
There you go.
Sneaking is a sign of respect. They know they're not gonna try you, but y'all friends. I'm being a friend, so they don't have to sneak. So I know everything. Okay.
You can talk to me about things, but I ain't your friend. I'm just your mama that's gonna understand.
Yeah, and he'll tell you, understand, and tell you, yeah, okay, well, I understand, but not now. We can do that later. We can do that a little bit later. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All right, but I ain't gonna belabor that topic too much. I'm gonna move on to the next one. Chef, you gonna take the men to task on this one, boy. Y'all dudes, y'all lost y'all goddamn mind.
Lord,
y'all dudes did this. This is on the men. What is too friendly? We gotta get, and we're not gonna troll. We're not gonna troll you on here, Chef. We're gonna have an actual, real, mature. Okay. I won't say it's gonna be 100% mature. I won't say 100% mature.
I'm gonna always remember how y'all act about breastfeeding, and then that's when that's gonna be like.
So when is a man or woman too friendly? We don't got no video necessarily, but we got some visual guidance. But when is a man or woman just a little too friendly? When is it just a little too friendly? Chef or Frank, whoever want to leave it off. But when is it too friendly?
Okay, so we got to get context for this particular topic.
Context. Yeah.
The post was a man and a woman out on a date, and the dude said he not gonna show her face because he know she was a hoe, and a bunch of people might know her. So in the group, guys were coming back and then saying, well, if we out and too many people actually know her, I'm gonna get up and leave her right there. And my argument was,
friendly ass coochie.
Well, I said I'm a whole C-list celebrity in my hometown because I work with a lot of powerful people to do things in the city. So yeah, people notice me and they know who I am. Does that make me a hoe? Because I know people?
No.
That's weird to me. It's weird. And it's weird to me because number one, I'm not out here like that. Number two, I'm out here in other ways where I encounter many, many men because I work with government entities, politicians,
which are mostly men groups. Yeah.
Right. I'm a whole software engineer and I work in higher ed. These are male-dominated industries. I'm surrounded by dudes. It's a sausage party half the time. I may be one of few women in the room. So if a bunch of dudes know who I am, now I'm a hoe. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy to me. And it gives me the inkling that dudes will say, oh, I want a powerful woman who is out here in her community, blah, 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 blah. But then when they're actually faced with that, oh, you must be out here hoeing. I thought you wanted a woman with some motion. I could be the first Black female president for all you know. Like, what are we doing here? This is the whole notion to me is just so immature. I can understand if we in our 20s and I'm out and dudes recognize me like, wow, these dudes know you, and we in our 20s. I'm in my 40s. I'm in my freaking 40s. I wish I would be out with a dude and he asked me, why all these men notice you? I'm getting up from the table, baby. You ain't got to leave me because I'm leaving you. Because this y'all got it.
So look. So okay.
I'm annoyed. I'm so annoyed.
So look. See, your context kills what. So okay. So in all honesty, right? Your particular context is one that's going to be there's going to be a conversation had that's not going to even be surrounding what we're talking about. Like you getting to know somebody and you, hey, what do you do for a living? Da, da, da. And as you get to know somebody, you're gonna find out, oh man, you're a bit of a big shot around here. You just, and especially if you live in an area that you spend a lot of years in, networking in, and if it's a smaller area or even larger in some cases, that's different. That's not what we're talking about. See, colleagues, when colleagues greet, they greet with a different energy than when somebody that done well. No, what? Yeah, they do. Yeah, listen, let me tell you. When a man that done beat greets, or he was trying or close or whatever, they greet with a different energy. And now, but in fairness to the wait, hold on. But in fairness,
it seems different to y'all.
Well,
but to us women, they don't.
It's probably all the same because all men are disgusting.
It'd be terrible.
Yeah. But
you gotta think about how many men hitting on us on LinkedIn.
Okay, so look, I'm gonna say to your context is absolutely valid. That ain't necessarily what we talking about because all women ain't that. All women that know a bunch, so all women that go to several establishments. So let's say me and old girl go to a restaurant, nice restaurant in the city, and there's a dude or two, hey stranger. Okay, you little know. I'm gonna brush that one off. I'm not gonna even ask who they were. Let's just say the next time we roll out, Taco Tuesday. So we just went out on Saturday. Now we on Taco Tuesday, casual spot, and you know the bartender. Damn, bitch. And you know the DJ. I'm like, okay, you know, man, you known around these parts, huh? If she said, "Oh yeah, I'm a singer. I've sang at restaurants. I do, singing, cover." I knew I dated a sister that did that, so I'm like, that makes sense. But let's just say that wasn't her. Let's say the third date we go to something else, just maybe popping, maybe not, and 2 or 3, hey strangers, hey friend. I'm gonna be like, God damn, bro. I went from the east side to the west side and to the north side because we're trying to see the city. And in all these regions, multiple dudes walk up on you. I need to know why you there. I'm going to ask a question. Man, quite a few. And there's never women, never women walking up, just dudes. Never a couple walking up, just dudes. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna make a decision. I'm gonna already be done made a decision. I'm just waiting for the answer to confirm it or not, because she might just be a little popular. And honestly, a lot of time, and this doesn't happen. This has actually never happened to me. I know this has happened to people, and I know some of the women that have been the type that this has happened to those guys, and I'm just like, man, that's embarrassing. Because dude don't even know that he was just at a spot, and there was a dude and another dude that used to. I'm like, yo, that's kind of a bit much. And so I think what men don't want to encounter is the woman that is too accessible to too many men, just too accessible. Now you're in a whole different light because it's your business to be accessible. Everybody should know you live. Oh, she live over there off of Riverside Parkway. Oh yeah, down right by the jail, across from the liquor store. Yeah, man, I know exactly where she at. Hell no, I'm about that bitch. Where you know her from? Oh yeah, Shawty used to Yeah, she got a cousin named such and such and a sister named such and such, and they always be down at such and such on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Hell yeah, I know that. But yeah, bro, I'm making a decision about you. Hell no. Go ahead, Frank. Hell no. You too goddamn friendly, boy.
I'm just make it real simple. If a nigga walk up and his what's up drags on, if it drags on for 3 U's, that up got 3 U's on it.
Oh, what's up? Damn. Okay.
That nigga know her. And if somebody else come along and he got 3 U's on his up,
What's up?
say, ma'am, I'm gonna pay for this meal because I asked you out. But we gonna be friends. You gonna tell me about the dude that you gonna tell me about your relationship problems down the line, and I'm gonna counsel you on them. That's all we gonna be. That's all we can be. Because
okay, so here's something that I will never understand about this situation. What kind of Negroes will walk up on a girl who's standing there with a man?
Niggas that want to flex.
Oh yeah. Now, and I'm saying this is a rare. That's what I'm saying. This is a rare thing. So this I haven't experienced this. I just know of those who have, and it doesn't seem like something that would rare because most dudes, they gonna be cool, man. They ain't, like me. If I have ever seen somebody that I know, like I don't ever say nothing to the woman. I'll never say something to that man. Go same way on social media too. These social media street, boy, it's people liking and hearting posts and commenting on posts. Just go count the comments. Do some math. How many dudes in that post? How many dudes in the comment section, bro? How many dudes in that comment section, bro?
Let a dude run up on me while I'm sitting there with a dude. I will check that man so hard right then and there, because how dare you disrespect who I'm there with? And that could be my first date with this man.
Yeah. That's that.
But what you ain't gonna do, is disrespect me by trying to disrespect my date. I guess I don't have these type of problems because I don't deal with disrespectful men.
Yeah.
Man, niggas like that feel like they have rights. If
that's why you can't tell him it's theirs ever.
Yeah, if he's been intimate with her, he feels like he has that access to her space, whether it's occupied or not.
Yes,
because he's already been there. So them type niggas would walk up, especially if they size the dude up and feel like he's no threat.
Right.
Nigga would walk over there to let dude know indirectly that he know her.
Baby, that's the quickest way to get cussed out by me.
What remember old boy and what's the movie? The movie where she got her husband a job.
That's a Tyler Perry movie, ain't it?
No. The one with the family and the grandma had to get a leg amputated and she died.
Big Mama.
Soul Food.
No, Soul Food. Remember when she got him the job, and he came down there in the cafeteria. Said, yeah, man, I see you doing good things. Yeah, man. He said, he told him, yeah, man. Your wife. I know your wife. And he like, how do you know my wife? He said, yeah, that's how you got the gig. And he said, oh, I'm her ex-boyfriend. And he said, yeah, man, I call her Cola. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the hell he said, because she used to be shaped like bro, so Sam right, man. There's dudes who want to flex. Again, I've never been in that position. I've never done that to another man. That's why it's even more like, why would somebody be friendly? Like it would just be too much for most people.
Okay.
I would never,
flex
man, let me tell you, the only way I would walk up to a woman that was with a man is if that was truly an acquaintance or actual friend. If I've ever been intimate with that woman, I wouldn't walk up on that woman with her. I wouldn't do it. Because first of all, I'm me. Let's be clear.
I don't even think the intimate piece is the problem. It's because I've been in my professional spaces with men I've been intimate in the past. But what we're not about to do is talk about it. We're going to act like it never happened because we're in a professional setting right now.
Yeah.
And I know how to close my little gaps. I know how to operate siloed, splitting my professional with my personal. So just because we crossed that path 15 years ago, baby, don't bring that up while we in the middle of this chamber meeting. What are you doing? What are you?
I would never bring that up. See, I'm me. I'm just me.
Your counterparts are not so respectful.
No. Well, I wouldn't. See, I wouldn't. What I'm saying is, I wouldn't have to bring it up. Soon as she see me walk up in the room, she gonna remember. She gonna remember that, and then she gonna be thinking. So I fucked the situation up by just being in the room, because her man was having a good old time, and then here come me I'm just in the space.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
Then she like, you know what? I gotta go. I gotta go. I gotta go. He like, you gotta.
And it wasn't that I remembered that messed things up. It's because he brought it up.
She gonna like, I gotta go.
He brought it up, and then came his wife around the corner, and it was like, now I'm flustered.
That ain't what happened to me. She was flustered. She heard him? Just kind of.
No, she didn't. But it was like, why are you doing this right here? I was so thrown off because I hadn't seen him in a long time. It had been at least a decade. And he goes to shake my hand and is like, yeah, I saw blah, 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 blah. And I'm blushing. And 10 seconds later, here come his wife. And I'm like, why would you do that?
Yeah, you got to go. Yeah, you got to get up out of there. You know what, though? See, now you make so Chef, you speaking. So I would say this. See, that's a little different because I can say, okay, listen, let me not be egotistical. Let me be normal. There are probably some women in the world. There's probably some collateral damage somewhere along the way that if I walked in a room, it's, hey, how you doing? And if I knew that there was going to be a reaction, I wouldn't speak. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't even want to disrupt somebody's peace. You know, if that might be the case, I wouldn't want to. I'm all the way married, moved on, living my best life, and I come in there and I say something and smile, and now you leaking all over the place and to ruin the date for this man. It
wasn't that serious.
Yeah, it's that serious. When I walk in the room, it's spring a leak in that bitch, flooding in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Cluster in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Everything. I done fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? Buddy gonna leave there. But Buddy think that's him. Oh, that's all me, bro. That's all me, bro. Thank me. Thank me later, boy. You see me somewhere else, dap me up, boy. I got that ready for you, boy. Put him on, boy. Hey, hot and ready, boy. Like a little Caesar, boy.
For me, it's different. For me, it's different because many of the people I've been intimate with, I started out as friends. So we may have tried to date and then like, no, this doesn't work. And we just went back to being friends. So it wasn't that big a deal for me because I know how to compartmentalize. But we in a business setting, you shake my hand and give me a hug and whisper in my ear, and then meet my wife. Boy, I'm about to cuss you out in front of her. Like, what are you doing?
See, he should have gave you a hug and then kind of reached around like a little to the bottom. Kind of.
He did.
Oh, he a bad motherfucker. He's a bad. That's horrible.
I mean,
yeah.
It's like you knew what was gonna happen when you did all of that, and then she walks up at the same time, and you know I'm not that type of woman to be causing discourse.
I didn't even know you knew that.
So
yeah, that's bad. Look at this comment. Some men want their women in the house with no previous partners or life before him. Get y'all confidence up. Listen,
child.
that ain't what we saying. What we are saying is just don't be accessible to everybody. Now, I will be fair.
And I can understand that. I can.
Now, I will be fair. I'm gonna be 100% fair. This says friendly men and women. There's a lot of women don't play that. There's a lot of women that do not play that. I've had women that were interested tell me I ain't interested no more. Your Facebook too turned up. You got too many hoes on Facebook. And I don't. No, and that was not the case. You know, I just joke and smoke. But they did not care. They didn't want no explanation. They like, nope, too much for me. So women
so friendly, you might be community dirt.
Yeah, and that is 100% fair, and I absolutely respect it. Because if a man seems so what seems like a woman is too accessible looks like a man that's too undisciplined. Yeah. Like he doing too much. So it goes both ways. I'm not one of them dudes that's gonna say, "Oh man, men just get to be wild out here, do what we want." And y'all
or them dudes every time they see their female friend, they got to get her a hug.
Yeah, hell no, we ain't doing that. No,
we ain't
doing that. No,
because I be done went and hugged her too. Like, oh, we hugging? Let's hug everybody. Hug.
Yeah, family. What you doing? We family over here. Girl, what's your number? Let me get your number so we can talk. So we can go on a little lunch date. So I can get to know you too. Since you a friend, I should be able to. Because I honestly feel like that. If you are my friend and you are a woman, and I can come speak with you, and I feel all holly jolly about it like that, I should be able to give my wife you my wife's number.
Yep. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So too friendly is the opposite of that. I mean, we did a little too much, and I'm like, no, you can't have her number. We don't lay it up.
Two friendly dudes be leading to people getting shot.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna go home every time. So let your little friends get run up. I'm going home.
So
every time. So every single time.
I don't understand. I do a pod with two of the most violent, nice people I've ever met. You and Frank, like Sam, like, why? I'm the coolest, nicest people.
Okay, it's like that because we literally
don't bother
nobody.
I get it, but goddamn,
we don't bother nobody. So if you bother us, it's like we gotta go from 0 to over 9,000 immediately.
Damn.
Like, nah.
Nobody want that smoke, man. We just trying to hug the female friend.
I'm going home every time. Every time.
See, Sheffy is like I tell Bree, I said, man, some woman want to run up on me and Bree, we jumping her because hey, I'm gonna play just. I'm innocent, baby. I don't believe she just touched me. Get your hands out my pocket, and we just gonna
damn all the way.
Can't believe this woman did this.
You gotta hit her first. I'm going in because I ain't see nothing. I just saw her hit you.
Yeah.
We gotta get it done.
Not at all, man. Yeah, too friendly is definitely, man, one of those things where you just gotta be a little careful. Just a little careful. And simp on simp crime. See, that's another thing with this friendly shit. That's how you get simp on simp crime. For real. Like that's how you get simp on simp crime.
Simp on simp crime.
Yeah, because if a woman is too friendly, she can have a dude that think he's that dude, and then a dude that is that dude, and a dude that think he's that dude thought he had a chance. Now that he finally see her out somewhere in public with a dude that she really want to be with, you done activated his crazy simp. He was just a nice inbox or just a nice inbox flower sending simp that you just finally told, yeah, no, I'm not interested. And then he see you with the guy you want to be with, and now you got simp on simp crime because you know what I'm saying, like. But
is the guy you want to be with a simp too, though?
He might. I don't know. Well, so he's a simp if he stays after an encounter, he's a simp. So let's just say your stalker. Simp, yeah. So if you're a woman and your crazy simp run up on you, and you don't dead it, And absolutely no, but no, and I stick around. I'm kind of a simp because I'm telling you, I'm not sticking around for nothing that seems like a lingering, crazy guy in the background. No, zero. Because I'm a dog and I like to fight in my own yard, and I like to. So if there's something in my blind spot, and if I'm good if it's in my blind spot, I'm not aware. But if I'm aware that I got a crazy baby daddy, or I got an ex that he just won't stop calling me, I don't change my number 4 or 5 times. I'm like, well, you know what? It's unfortunate that you've had to change your number 4 or 5 times. I'm gonna let you handle that. I'm gonna go find somebody who ain't got them kind of problems. Because if I stick along with that, I'm gonna probably have to defend you and myself and maybe end him, or he can get the drop on me. That's simple on sim crime. Yeah, that's simple on sim crime. Yeah. I don't want no conflict that I don't create. I can create a lot of problems on my own. I don't need no help.
And I can respect it. I can. Yeah. I can.
And again, I'll say this goes both ways. There's women that will cut you off. Man, I had a woman cut me off one time because we met on a dating app, and my profile wasn't deleted after I said it was gonna be, and she said, "Oh, look what I came across." And somebody, she said a friend sent her. She was like, I can't do it. You still out here trying to get it in? I'm like, damn. And I was. I ain't gonna lie, I was. You know what I'm saying? I was. You know what I mean? She was a priority. She was a priority chick though. She was a priority. So she was like my number one. She was my number one, man. And she, you know, damn, little recon, and I got caught. Damn. Yeah. I'll take a terrible. Ain't win them all. Ain't win them all. Man.
Community, dang life.
Yeah. So I was too friendly. And for him, and she got rid of me. Woo. Yep. Too friendly. All right. Last thing we got is Drake and Rick Ross. Now I don't know if Drake said something about Rick Ross. I don't remember Drake initially saying something about Rick Ross. But I do got the Rick Ross video. I'm gonna play it. This is only the second time I've actually listened to it. So I'm gonna go ahead and play it. Let y'all tell me what y'all think about it. I don't know if y'all actually already heard it. You already heard it, Chef?
I have not heard Rick Ross.
You haven't heard Rick Ross?
Mm-mm.
Okay, all right. So you turn your rapper ear on.
Okay.
Now.
Fish tanks and marble floors, living big and bad. Niggas laugh until they hit with my official jab. Crack smoke is the exhaust from my pen and pad. Ghost writers, they get the floss, what you could have had. Record label taking a loss, are you in your bag? You a worker on the chart, don't make me laugh. Get the mind, tell by my watch, this a different time. Living fine, I'm getting high as your shit decline. Who believes he moving keys in his Louis V's? Run up on you and snatch your chain, watch you bitches bleed. Feel the pain or just describe where you really ride. Either you niggas getting money or ready to die. B.I.G. or give a fuck if you T.I.Lee. You got it and you keep it tucked if you be by me. Do the job, better known as the Charles Schwab. Double R spread through the yard and I swear to God. Pop a perk for the field, go and count me a meal. Kill you niggas for free, do it all for the thrill. Niggas leaking their records when we speaking directly. If we keeping it gangster, when you see me, you check me. White boy, I see you. Yeah. Check. Getting bullied, don't walk up on me cause the clip is fully. Niggas pussy don't wanna push me, I'm like, really, would he? Like his moves, but he never had a fight in school. Always ran, another nigga had to write your grooves. Flow was copy and paste, Weezy gave you the juice. Another white boy at the park wanna hang with the crew. Pulitzer Prize winner, switching up like dyed denim. Get incentives for all the killings while we ride rentals. Look me right in my face, he beginning to shake. Told you niggas stay scheming, I predicted my fate. Got more money than you. Fuck you want me to say? 50 mil for the crib, where you want me to stay? I can shoot up the block, I got bitches to pay. Let you DM my old, but got bitches you can't. Let you get on my songs. It was good for your face. Now bitch nigga is home and no room for debate. Pop a perk for the field. Go and count me a meal.
Right,
Give you niggas for free. Do it all for the grill. Niggas leaking their records when we speaking down.
This is mad boring.
It
Mad boring.
wasn't. First of all, it sounds a little gossipy.
Right, because all you basically say is I'm better than you.
Yeah, and you know, calling him a white boy and all this other stuff. It sounds petty. It sounds gossipy. It don't sound like he's not giving him bars. He's just talking trash. And I don't know what Drake said because I didn't even know that Rick Ross was supposed to be a part of the.
Apparently, in dropping Give Me 50, he took some shots at Ross in there, and then he unfollowed him on Instagram, called Rick Ross old, and saying every song that made it on the chart he got from Drizzy. So that's what he was talking about when he said that.
Okay.
So in Rick Ross's, he's basically saying that Drake got a BBL and he got a nose job or something. But it says, let's see, Drake shared a screenshot of text with his mother on Instagram story in which they joked about the nose job allegations, and Drake accused Ross of being angry and racist, stating that he on Manjaro and is making him loopy. This is weak. This is weak. Weak.
Yeah, it's not. There's no venom.
I'm so disappointed.
I would say I liked it better when Rick Ross dissed. Who did he diss? He dissed somebody a little while back. Birdman, yeah.
Yeah.
That one had a lot. That one, because it seemed to have like merit to it.
Even this whole beef is weak.
But this beef is just not. It don't have nobody's really just taking the gloves off. And I'm not saying you gotta disrespect the man. I
think you should.
You gotta be disrespectful about something. Wait, you gotta disrespect something. Either you gotta disrespect their talent or you gotta disrespect them to a degree.
Back to Back was a great diss track from Meek Mill, from Drake to Meek Mill.
Yeah.
Loved it. Drake's response to Kendrick, it was decent. It could have been better, but it's like I can listen to it and I'm like, Drake, you weren't drinking no liquor on this one.
Yeah.
I could tell because you were drunk when you did Back to Back. And I still bump that to this day. But this Ross, baby, if you don't go somewhere with this Ashton Martin sounding behind song,
and that's
you vibing with your girl.
That's another thing. It sounds like a typical. See, your diss cannot sound typical. Your diss got to come like out of left field. Like you got to sound. You got to come. What'd you say from the soul? You got to scoop it from your soul,
you gotta scoop it out your soul, man.
You got to be real disrespectful. Frank, what Sam? What you thought when you heard it? It was mid for you too.
Man, them niggas whack. Everybody involved in this beef whack. It's like them niggas ain't learned nothing from Tupac and Biggie, man. It's like Tupac and Biggie dying in vain.
These niggas ain't even going hard enough.
Well, remember, Biggie didn't even.
That's what I'm saying.
Back. But you have to think like the way Tupac went. The way Tupac went at him, yeah.
Yeah, like so it's like, man, like y'all had the blueprint.
The way Ice Cube went at, yeah. Even Jay-Z and Nas, like Jay-Z and Nas were they were disrespecting, especially the talent. Like they were basically telling each other, "You are garbage, and I'm better." Like you stole your whole style, and it's whack. Like they're disrespecting your talent and telling you suck at this.
And what's even crazier about it, like when I remember that beef very well, because that was like when I really, really hard got on Nas. And I thought Ether was better. But the more and more I've gone back and listened to that, Takeover eats Ether.
I would say this. I'm with you. I was always thinking Ether was better, but as I listen to Takeover more, they're equal to me. They're very equal. Like people that say, "Oh, Ether smoked them," and I'm like, did he though?
Nah. Takeover is not. They not like this.
Yeah, they're very they're in the same. Like they were worthy of each other. I would have said Cole. I was okay with Cole until he apologized, and then that debunks his whole diss because Cole stayed within his normal flow and what he normally does, and he did it with his talent. But when you apologize, because he specifically apologized for dissing his catalog, that was the best punch. Was at the catalog, because you know what I'm saying? Because we know that Kendrick's catalog is kind of somewhat questionable because he's on the creative route, right? So it is questionable. Is it trash? No. But it's okay for a rapper to say it's trash. You're supposed to say it's trash. It's like a ball player.
But see, that's the thing. Cole should have never got involved. If you ain't got the heart,
Don't even get involved. Don't even get involved. Don't even go. It's like basketball.
You should have just stayed quiet and let Drake have it.
It's like basketball. You're supposed to tell the best jump shooter that shot is garbage. Get that shit out of here. You know good and well Steph Curry shot is on fire. If I ever had to play Steph one-on-one, I'm gonna get that bullshit out of here. You can hit me with that weak ass jump shot. That's the delusion I'm going to have in that moment. That's the delusion you have in competition. And then you shake hands later. Hey, bro, you know I love you, bro. You're still good, but I got your ass then. I was listening to Busta Rhymes talk about just when him and Eminem was trying to do a song together. He said he sent Eminem 16. Eminem sent him back 32. He said, so he sent Eminem back 64. Eminem sent him back 70 something. He said he sent Eminem back 100. He said, now we got a whole bunch of shit just going back and forth. We can't do nothing with this. He said, so it just sat there. They've never done nothing with it. But and Busta Rhymes literally felt, he said, once I get in the studio to do a feature with another MC, he said, we're not friends in there because I'm trying to do better than you. Because I'm coming, even if we're not dissing each other, I'm coming on the track to make it seem like I am the best one in here. He said, so he don't talk to nobody in the booth. They not friendly in the booth, none of that. He said, once the song is done, tracks laid and recorded, they go back to being friends. Cool, I'm with that. I don't know what these youngsters are doing.
That's why M bodied everybody on Forever. Bodied everybody on that track. There they go, packing stadium as Shady spits his flow. Nuts they go. Macadamian, they go so ballistic. Whoa. Like bodied everybody on that track.
Listen, when Kendrick did the Control diss, that was bold because he took shots at specific guys and then he took that big shot at New York. Like he just said, I'm the king of New York. And then everybody out of New York was like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? And Joel Ortiz came in, cooked. Like it was so many people, but it wasn't, they chumped him off. But nobody came back and apologized and said, we love you, Kendrick. You great. We was just playing. Nobody said that. It was understood. It was understood that we rappers and this is what we do. Don't take it personal. So I'm like, so I didn't think it was necessary for Kendrick to Cole to apologize. I do respect it if that's truly how he felt. That I do, because even though everybody not gonna like it and everybody's gonna criticize you, and you because he has to know he had to know he gonna get criticism. Woo, boy, you stand on your principles. To stand on them principles like that, I can at least respect. I can always respect a man doing what he feels in his man core is the right thing. I can respect it. I don't like it. I hate it, but I can.
Nobody knew when Ice-T and LL stopped beefing until
they said it.
They both said, "Hey man, such amount of years ago we saw each other and we dapped up and we was like, we ain't even down no more."
Yeah.
That came out later in the interviews. They didn't stand on the stage the next day at the concert.
And that's the worst part. Next day,
this nigga calling for
Like
peace.
he didn't even get that song 24 hours.
he could have
I
waited
don't
a
even
year.
know that I heard the whole song before I heard his apology.
If he would have waited a year, we wouldn't have cared. If he would have waited until the award,
thing I ever did. No, this the lamest thing you ever did, sir.
Yeah, that's the lamest thing you ever did.
like,
Look,
I respect it, but nah.
If he would have waited to an award show in another year, we would have been like, all right, cool. But in this moment of heat, the battle, that's like that. That's somebody. That's like these dudes over there reloading their clips. They getting in the whip, getting ready to pull a drive-by, and you hit them on the cell phone. Hey man, I was just playing. Don't spin the block.
I need these dudes out here to have beef
hold
like
on,
the women do.
Now you know what that nigga was like. He was like, what's the name? Remember when what's the name was in the car with Doughboy? Let me out.
Right.
Let me out. Let me out. Let me out. That's who he was.
For real, they need to do. The dudes need to do these beef like the women. What Nicki Minaj did at the award show. Yeah, thank you for giving me these awards. Cause you know what? I wrote it. Like she is beefing still. Nicki's committed to her beef. Like she beefing with everybody, and people don't even like her like that. Don't even know her like that. Yeah. But she beefing with everybody. She committed. I need them kind of beefs back.
The kind of beef I want is when Tennessee and the Midwest jumped on Bonehead.
Oh, everybody was dissing Bone. Everybody was dissing Bone. Bone didn't do nothing to them dudes.
Now, Bone said in the source interview in the magazine, I don't even read magazines. That's funny part. I don't think they read magazines. But they said the ones who rap fast
they originated
clones. So they stole their style. So everybody that rap fast took offense to that.
Yeah. And they came at him.
And everybody went in the studio. It's like everybody went in the studio the same day. We had stuff from Do or Die, Crucial Conflict, Twister, and his whole clique. Tommy Right the Third, his whole clique, 666. Who else?
Everybody. Now, I'm gonna throw a log on that fire. You know who actually invented fast rap? Ain't even Americans.
You talking about what you call it from Cameroon?
Jamaicans. As per a lot of dudes, the first dudes spitting with that, and Busta was like, he heard it back in the 80s from them.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He said it used to be a thing like speed rap. He said they had heard about it, but nobody can do it. And he said actually him and Jay-Z tried, I think he said it was him and Jay-Z or him and somebody, they tried to have a speed rap battle, and he wasn't really on to the speed rap yet. Busta was like, he didn't have it like all the way down packed back then. So he says it comes from those dudes in Jamaica doing dance hall music, and they would speed up their cadence and they flow to go with the beat and everything else. That
you can see that.
I'm just saying. Now, I'm not saying that's where these guys, because you know what I get tired of? People think because they existed somewhere in the world that somebody had to hear them to come up with it. I don't think it's that. I think sometimes people come up with something maybe in 1993, and yes, somebody did that in 88, but they didn't even know them folks existed in 88.
Yeah.
So the originator of something, unless people can say I absolutely got that from you, could people lie? Yeah, people could lie, but I honestly truly think that, because I listen to music and I've listened to a lot of music, and I'll hear something, and if you don't tell me that somebody else did it, I might think that this person did it first, and that person might think they did it first if they never heard it from somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so and maybe things are subconsciously influenced, and people always hearing something. I don't know. It's kind of weird to see, but they will damn sure get in the beef over somebody saying they originated something, and somebody got something from them.
I mean, we cultural appropriation is a thing. So Because I mean, look at like what's happening on TikTok right now is white women have brought back those beauty supply store shoes, them little slippers, and the women on TikTok are calling it the new it girl shoes, and black women are like, we ain't wore them shoes in 20 years. What are y'all talking about? So cultural appropriation could be a thing, and even as Black Americans, we're accused of cultural appropriation from the
Yeah,
motherland quite often. And I think there's merit to that too. Not
yeah,
everything isn't owned by the entire diaspora.
right.
Um, but I hip hop beef used to be entertaining to the point where the beef was just as important as the rap. And
Yeah.
similar is in sports. You have all of the
The
drama
rivalries was just
as,
as important.
as
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
as the sport. But
yeah.
it's like y'all, for the lack of a better term, y'all old. Go sit down. Cause y'all rap sound old. Drake almost 40. Ross is 40. And I mean, Drake's stuff was decent. He told the man he had small feet, and it's a whole lot happened with that. Cause you had a bunch of dudes like, "Ooh, I'm glad my feet are size 9," and it's like, baby, you got on baby shoes too, so I don't know what you're saying right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You can't. You said a man wears size 7, like, whoo, whoo. I felt ashamed for Kendrick.
There definitely used to be a time. You know what? You made a real good point, man. Like the beef used to be just as important as the rap, and it's not like we wanted the beef to lead to actual gunplay or violence.
Right.
But comparing it to sports, the rivalries in sports are just
Mhm.
as important as the sport itself. You know what I'm saying? Bears Packers in football. You know what I'm saying? Cowboys Redskins in football.
Cowboys, everybody.
Falcons Saints in football. You know what I'm saying? Like those rivalries, man, they have
Entertaining.
Yes.
because everything is, oh man, these teams always go back and forth. You know, these teams get up for each other. You know, these teams, they fans start talking trash. You see it like
Yeah.
so when rap did have beef like that, yes, I think what also is saturating it just a little bit, the battle rappers are so visceral and so otherworldly disrespectful that there are a lot of people that listen to battle rap so much that I think they want a little bit of that in rap beef. And the rappers that don't battle ain't built to say the things that are just so otherworldly disrespectful that you will hear in battle. You will hear things in battle rap and you just be like, this man wrote this, read this, and repeated this. And there was nothing that said, maybe I should take that out.
Like, I gotta pull up on this, bro. I got to.
Like, man, there was one where a young dude said, man, talked about some I can't even say it here, but he was talking about doing something to somebody's child and pulling the child out of the woman while, and I'm like, what kind of
Brother Lynch?
Man, man,
Jesus Christ.
man, I could find you something, and I'm just like, yo, that is so disrespectful. Man, them dudes talked about putting other rappers' mamas and daughters on the track, and I'm just like, yo, put your baby mama and your daughter on the track and having them bring me that back, and I'm like, yo, how do you not
get that one? That was okay.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I get it.
It's for sport. It's for sport, but it's like, but I think we want a little bit of that. We want that razzle dazzle. Give us some of that razzle dazzle.
I don't even think we want that, because that razzle dazzle, it can be a bit much. Because the difference between battle rappers and your regular rappers is battle rappers have contracts. I mean, these regular rappers got contracts. They're paid by their record labels to do things, so their record label could fall suit for a lot of that stuff. because we in an age where people will sue for just about anything. So I don't necessarily think we want that, but how Drake was so disrespectful to Meek, is that a world tour or your girls tour? And then when he came and was talking about shout to all my boss bitches, wife and niggas, like that was disrespectful. It was catchy disrespectful and like it
was slick.
It was. That's what I want.
See, I want slick. I want slick, but I want direct too. I want to know direct. I want you to say his name. Like say the name. Like that. Say the name. I don't want to play guesswork.
Context clues rappers.
So you want to be like a whole fuck Jay-Z.
Yeah. I do not want to have to follow I do not want to have to follow your Instagram stories to understand the references that you're making so that I know who you're talking about. When all you have to do is say the name.
That's fair. I can see that.
Well, Jersey, I know you ain't talking to you.
So like ether.
Nigga, you, not you. And you know what? See, that
somebody
came
was
across.
Getting chased to your building.
Yeah, but you know that's something. But you know what? That's something that you would say when somebody talking shit in the cafeteria, in the lunch line, and they say something like, "Wait, hold on, you trying to make jokes? You? Oh shit, I'm gonna get this nigga. Hey man," and then you start cooking them. It had that. Yeah, we ain't had that kind of energy. We ain't had that energy in a long time. No, it's been. I remember when Joe Budden dissed Drake, it was really good, but Joe didn't have the cachet as a rapper to diss Drake for it to make the wave. When Pusha T dissed Drake, it was good, but Pusha T was too much of a gutter rapper for because we knew, but people was like, yeah, Drake's not gonna respond to that. Not because Pusha T ain't worthy as far as in the rap lexicon, but maybe Pusha T might be a little too street for him, So for it to work because I always thought for it to work for Drake, I've always said for Drake to diss, you got to at least be popular enough for it to work for him. You know what I'm saying? I've always felt that way. But I don't respect that as much. But you know what? I don't respect that as much because hold on, because 50 Cent didn't care who you were, what level you was on. When he was talking that shit earlier, just dissing everybody, he didn't care.
50 probably dissed his own mama.
Yeah, he dissed the industry.
And then he doesn't necessarily do rap diss tracks. He just be telling.
He just talks shit about everybody. He don't care. Yeah.
He like the hip hop fucking Dave Chappelle. He really is. He the hip hop Dave Chappelle.
And we almost at our end about 2 hours. We doing good making 2 hours. I would say this about 50. I've never agreed or cared for a man that's just always petty. But it leads me to believe when you talk this much shit about so many people, I'm usually thinking you must really got one up on everybody and nobody got one up on you. If you can constantly pop off at the mouth about everybody, like anybody he wants to say something slick about, whether their circumstances are in the news, whether it's a joke, whether it's something, he says it. And I'm just like, bro, a lot of rappers and a lot of industry people don't cross those lines because they know, they got me on a videotape doing something, or they know what I did back in 97. So I'm gonna be quiet, because it's people, what I'm saying? It's like that. Because if people knows where the bodies are buried, you will keep your mouth shut. 50 be talking like can't nobody come get him about nothing.
Because 50 done been shot 13 times. That man don't fear nobody.
Yeah, and maybe that's what it is. When you done been shot up, what's the worst that can happen? Yeah,
that man don't fear nobody.
Yeah, that could have a lot to do with it, boy. He done faced the gun, so what else can you do to me? Yeah.
He already got his money, so
yeah.
He ain't worried about being blackballed.
Yeah.
Nope.
That nigga is just
when you in control, you don't worry.
Y'all hit, man. There was somebody saying that Diddy should fly to should just go because they said they didn't collect his passport yet. They said that Diddy ought to take his money, take half of it, reach out to Russia, and say, "Hey, I just want to come live my life in peace. Leave me alone. Here's the government. Y'all take some of it. Y'all leave me alone. Let me live out my days, and let me go live over here in a big old house." And I said that is horrible. If he's done some of these horrible things he's accused of doing, but boy, it's also smart. Get your ass, go to a country where they can't come get you, and you just be out of there. Out of there. Now, I ain't no telling, man. You get on a goddamn plane and decide you're gonna fly somewhere and an F-16 pull up on your damn pull up right beside say land that damn plane. I ain't saying they'll go that far, but hey, man.
You want that nigga bad, they go that far.
Man, they want them bad. They go and Jaguar Wright. I don't know if y'all saw. I posted with Jaguar Wright. She talking again.
I still got finished watching it.
Woo, woo. She coming after the next big dog. She calling Jay. She calling him out. Man, she bringing up a lot of stuff. She bringing up Aaliyah's death. She's bringing up a lot.
I hope she got security.
She's bringing up a lot. Yeah. She going at Beyonce, her career. Not Beyonce the person, but she's going at how her career jumped off and tying it to Aaliyah's death. She's going after a lot. And I'm just like, oh, yeah. Yeah, she's going after a lot. Woo-wee. Yee.
Probably got to do a segment on that.
Man, listen. I don't follow enough to know enough.
Now I'm intrigued because I can see where Beyonce's career took off.
And it took off
Aaliyah's death. But
that's what she's saying.
But that's
coincidence. I think.
And she's saying she's saying that's by design. That's what Wright is saying. That's by design. That ain't coincidence.
I don't think it's by design, and I'll tell you why. Aaliyah died when Beyonce was on Star Search. Why would this be aligned with this little girl and her girls team on Star Search? What I think may have happened is because there's this loss of a true
icon, a void. Entity. Yeah.
Right. A void was left. So now right behind it here, you have this girl with star power, but she's in a group and you got to rock the group thing for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that's usual.
Yep.
And then
in that era, to get to back then to go solo, you had to have a machine behind you. And if you didn't have a machine, you had to go with the group. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Because the only other true stars at that time was Brandy and Monica.
Yeah. Yeah. They had the machine and they had the machines behind them. They didn't need to jump in the group. So yeah, normally for anybody to break out solo, you had to start in the group and then break off on your own eventually. Yep.
Right. So I don't and to off Aaliyah at a time when she had one of her number one selling albums just so Beyonce could get nah.
I mean Beyonce now I'm gonna be fair. People can be mad if they want to. Beyonce is a better vocalist 10 times over.
Yeah. 20 times, 100 times.
Yeah, 100 times. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Aaliyah was cute.
Aaliyah was a note. Yeah, Aaliyah was cute, could hold a note, and had great production.
She was what Cassie aspired to be with your boy, but she just didn't have the singing chops.
Yeah. So.
And Ciara.
Yeah.
Ciara popped after that.
Yeah.
No. I'm saying Aaliyah is what Ciara was or is what Aaliyah was.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
Like minimal vocal talent. The look, the light skin, long hair, somewhat thin look. You know what I'm saying? You can dance in choreography, which is work. You know what I'm saying? We gotta respect that. When you can get that package in an actual vocalist, you got the, you know what I'm saying? Like imagine if Whitney Houston would have ever been like choreographing with Michael Jackson. Like imagine if those choreographers would have got Whitney Houston. and would have turned her to the on stage dancing. Oh yeah, or Mariah, yeah, would have turned them to the on stage dancing sensations with those vocals. Oh, we
now that you've mentioned that, is there an entertainer that has both?
Beyonce is not. Yeah, she's now she's not a solo. She's not a solo dancer, but she doesn't. You don't have to be a jump out in front solo dancer like Mike was, because Mike was rare in that. That's James Brown, Mike. Who else is a solo dancer like that?
Hammer, nigga.
Hammer. No.
This is when we end it. I'm not finna do this with this dude. I'm not doing this with this dude. I'm not doing this with the dude. He swears Hammer is a better
group, baby.
And he swears Hammer's a better dancer than Michael Jackson, and it's horrible. It's
what?
Horrible.
Say
yes,
what now?
Yeah. Listen to him. Listen to him. Hammer's a better dancer than Michael Jackson.
Sir, I know you holy and all, but put that communion wine down.
I ain't on none tonight. But look.
Now,
listen.
I will say that Hammer has a smoother pop and lock than Michael Jackson. But Michael Jackson has a harder pop and lock.
Yeah. And look, listen, Michael Jackson's, let me tell you something. Just go watch them old robots when he was little. That little son of a gun used to everything everybody's trying to, man.
He got caught in the speaker wire and was still hitting it, and then turned around and got himself out of it.
Hold on. Have you heard so the dude Boogaloo Shrimp that have you heard what he's had to, have you heard what he's had to say? Like Mike came to them and was like, yo, like this is where I'm trying to get, like because Mike had a lot of his stuff, and then he came to them to learn. Man, listen, bro. Don't disrespect the king.
See, look, man.
With no Hammer. Hammer was a
created. Hammer created his own dance style. Mike went for help. Hammer created.
No. Mike incorporated others. Hammer was one step above Billy Blanks as far as dancing.
Bye.
One step above Billy Blanks.
Billy Blanks.
He a rapping Billy Blanks. He a rapping Billy Blanks. He a rapping Billy Blanks. He a rapping Tybo. Rapping Billy Blanks. That's what it is. You just like when Hammer take his shirt off and was doing all that little
Man,
that man said Billy freaking Blank. Wow.
The energy, the explosion.
Kid and Play was better dancers than Hammer.
Who?
Kid and Play. That one move where they did that, and that one move killed anything Hammer has ever done.
I don't know about that now. Wait a minute.
I do. I know about that.
But there is no, I can't think of a single dancer better than Michael Jackson. I can't.
No. And literally everybody.
The only two artists that come close is Usher and Chris Brown.
And Chris Brown. And then even other guys, Genuine, Cisco, like anybody that was
genuine.
I ain't gonna call that. I ain't gonna call him that. That might be calling him like
I put Genuine and Hammer together.
What?
Genuine is a step above Hammer.
He is.
But even Genuine, he borrowed the Fred Astaire umbrella trick that actually Boogaloo Shrimp did when he popped that umbrella and did the moonwalk. So he added the moonwalk. Man, we can't have this conversation with Sam. He don't know. He don't follow enough people. He just like Hammer. He ain't built for this conversation.
I mean, Hammer can still hit that thing though.
This is what separates Hammer from Mike. Any street performer in Vegas on the corner,
no, they can't.
Can do what Mike do.
They can mimic. They can try to attempt it. They can attempt it. They can attempt it. They can't do it. They can't do it. They attempt it.
I know B-boys out here that's still walking around with cardboard and salt better than Hammer. So stop.
Thank you.
Stop.
Y'all have a good night.
Moni Love.
Y'all have a good night.
I bet Moni Love could get out there as a B girl and do better than Hammer. And she old too.
Y'all finna start disrespecting the legend. Y'all know
George.
Y'all
look,
know.
Look, you can bring George out of that crib right now. He can barely stand, and he'll cook better than Hammer.
Who?
Hey, he can
George. You know,
now.
George can do better. George barely standing up and can do better than Hammer.
He do this little leg thing and he clap now.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, George. Yeah, damn Hammer. Now y'all be respectful. Now let's be respectful. Hammer's a real gangster. A lot of rappers really like them rappers say you can't joke about Hammer now. Like don't be real careful. He one of the real street dudes. Like all these other rappers that doing a lot of dissing. They don't do that. They say you can't do that.
They don't mention Hammer. I remember seeing in that movie, and I was like, damn, Hammer got down like that. Shit.
Yeah. He was dead.
That nigga Hammer name heavy in the street, boy.
He gave his life to God.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do, man. Listen, once you done all the dirt you could do and then all the wrong, then that's when you see, look, man, look. You don't do like my boy, like my brother Sam did. You don't do like him. Commit early and start living life when you're young. You live a life of hell. You go get dirty and grungy, and then you go get washed in the blood.
I mean,
that's what you do. I'm gonna wait until one. Listen,
Cake's doing.
Listen. Once I run, I'm gonna tell you when I'm gonna get saved again. When I run for mayor of Louisville, when I run for mayor, I'm gonna go give my life to Christ on camera in front of everybody. That's when I'm rededicating everything, man. When I'm running for mayor. Yeah.
I might because
then look, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna finesse the Lord a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because then I can use the Lord as my shield for all my Facebook posts. This comment right here, all this stuff right here, I'm gonna put under the umbrella. I'm delivered from that.
We got screenshots in these streets though.
That's fine. No, I'm delivered from that. I'm better than that. Now I got testimony. Y'all,
wow.
Y'all have a good night.
Good night, y'all.